Well, most believe this year's census will show much of rural Oklahoma continuing to lose population, particularly in western Oklahoma. And with the loss in population, a loss in representation at the state capitol. As our Lisa Hines shows us, that's why rural lawmakers have formed their own caucus.
It looks like a typical luncheon at the state capitol, but in reality, it's much more. It's a group of legislators who are concerned about the new census. Representative Dale DeWitt.
I think as the census comes in, we're going to see population changes, especially in rural Oklahoma. I think we're going to lose a lot of our rural representation. I think that we're already gearing up to see that there will be additional representation in the urban area, and so it's very vital that we continue to work together as rural legislators and move things forward because, yes, we will lose rural representation as we move forward.
And with it, the true understanding of what it means to be rural in Oklahoma.
Yes, there is a disconnect. Our urban friends definitely are, a big part of what we do in rural Oklahoma. We produce food to not only supply Oklahoma, but to supply the world. And I think that when it comes to different aspects of production agriculture, our urban friends do not understand exactly what we go through out there to make this a very safe, wholesome food. And the things that we use to make our production agriculture efficient, I'm not sure that they understand the need that we have for that to enable us to produce this food at the rate that we do.
Sky McNeil is the chair of a bipartisan group of rural legislators who meet regularly and says it's all about protecting the rural way of life.
I think the goals of the Rural Caucus are for us collectively as not only rural members but rural-minded members to come together and be a one strong, solid voice for rural issues.
Voices she believes need to be heard.
Absolutely. Rural Oklahoma is very vital to Oklahoma's economy, our heritage, and our way of life. It is very important. It is essential that we have rural legislators out here standing up for the farmer, the rancher, and the people who just choose to live in rural Oklahoma. It is very important.
Which is why Representatives McNeil and DeWitt want to make sure Oklahomans realize the importance of this year's census.
Absolutely. There's always that concern as we see the metropolitan, the urban areas growing at a quicker rate than we are in rural. Rural Oklahoma is still, people are still coming out there. They're liking the more peaceful way of life, but urban is growing at a much quicker rate. And so we are seeing that. And so we're trying to get the message out that people in rural Oklahoma need to fill out those censuses, get them back in so that we know that they're out there, they can be counted for, and we don't lose population in our districts.
It just shows how important that census form really is, especially to rural Oklahoma.